Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous trod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily.
Shalom, Israel. When I say that, I'm talking to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, West Indians, and Native Indian brothers and sisters. This is Officer Shawarya Allah of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, home of the truth. And today we're going to be crushing another one of those lies taught to us by this wicked kingdom and by our Christian church. Today we're going to be discussing how the Gentiles that are in the New Testament is not talking about the other nations and giving all the other nations a chance to be saved. We're going to prove that the Gentiles are the 12 lost tribes of the nation of Israel through the Spirit of the Most High in Christ. So let's get straight into it. We're going to go first off into Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. Alright? Because we're taught that a Gentile is anybody, like we understand that a Gentile is anybody, any nation of people other than the Israelites. Gentile just means nation if you look it up in the Bible dictionary. Okay? So let's get what it's talking about in the scriptures in the New Testament. Find out who those Gentiles is talking about. Alright? We're going to start out in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64, which reads, "And the Most High shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other." Alright, so the Lord is talking about what is going to happen to the children of Israel if we didn't follow his laws and statutes and commandments. Alright, so he was going to scatter us among all people upon the face of the earth. We'd be scattered. "And there shalt thou serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." So this is a punishment coming on us if we didn't follow the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High. And it says that we would go and serve other gods which neither us or our fathers have known, even wood and stone, talking about Christianity and that Islam, disgusting Islam religion. Okay, so this is a prophecy put on the children of Israel. This was going to happen to us if we didn't follow God's laws. Well, it's common knowledge now that we didn't follow the laws of the Lord, and that we went and got all of these curses that the Lord prophesied through Moses. All right, so let's go from here and let's get Hosea. All right, Hosea chapter 9 and starting at verse 17. All right, Hosea chapter 9 verse 17 says, "My God will cast them away, because they did not hearken unto him, and they shall be wanderers among the nations." All right, so the prophet's bringing it out that we would be a wanderers amongst the nations. Right? What is a wanderer? Somebody who's lost, don't know where they're going. Okay, and that is definitely us, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. We are lost where we are. Strung out on drugs in the black community, drunk out of our mind in the Native Indian communities and the Hispanic communities. We are wandering this earth amongst the nations that have taken us captive because of the punishment that the Lord put on us. All right, so the Lord said that we were going to be wanderers among the nations. All right, he said he was going to scatter us as a punishment, and also that we would be wandering. All right, so we are a lost people. All right, so let's find out who these Gentiles are in the New Testament. All right, we're going to go into the New Testament and go to Matthew chapter 10 and starting at verse 5. All right, because our Christian church teaches us that everyone can be saved because the Israelites went off, broke the Lord's laws, and went against the Lord, that he was coming to send Christ to save everybody, since the Israelites didn't want it, which was a lie. All right, and let's prove it here in the scriptures. We're going to go to Matthew chapter 10 and verse 5. Let's see what Christ says about it. "These 12 Jesus sent forth," okay, talking about his disciples, "and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles." All right, flat out, Christ told you out of his own mouth, written in red, "Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not." Okay, so the Lord told the disciples not to even go to the Gentiles, not to go to any city of the Samaritans. All right. So in your Christian church, I don't know where they get off talking about that Christ came to save everybody and that he was sent to the Gentiles to teach them. Okay, he was not, and he said it out of his own mouth. All right. So what Gentiles is it talking about in the scriptures in the New Testament when Paul is talking to the Gentiles and all these other different nations, when the king, his boss, Christ said, go not into the way of the Gentiles and into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay, go rather to the lost sheep. What is that? Wandering sheep. All right, these sheep that don't know where they're going, that's lost. All right, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay, so that's who Christ wanted us to go to, wanted the disciples to go to. Don't go to the Gentiles as we know them, as other nations, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. They're lost. Why are they lost? Because they stopped keeping the Lord's statutes and commandments, and the Lord put it on us like that. All right, so that should be clear. Christ said don't go to the Gentiles. So then what is it talking about in Paul's letters talking about the Gentiles? Let's find out. All right, let's go from here and get John chapter 7 and verse 33. All right, let's bring out the truth. John chapter 7 and verse 33 says, Then said Jesus unto them, Yet a little while am I with you, and then I go unto him that sent me. Ye shall seek me and shall not find me, and where I am, thither ye cannot come. So Christ is saying, I'm leaving, and where I'm going, you can't come with me. Then said the Jews among themselves, Whither will he go that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? All right, so this was unheard of amongst those 2.5 tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and half the tribe of Levi. All right, we were called Jews because Judah was the head tribe. It was just a short name for Judah, calling them Jews. All right, so the Jews that were still in Jerusalem in Christ's time was like, well, where is he going to go? Is he going unto the dispersed among the Gentiles? Who are these dispersed among the Gentiles? Those same people that it's talking about in Deuteronomy, where it says that the Lord will scatter us among all people on the face of the earth. All right, the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles. So they're wondering, is Christ going to teach the Gentiles? But in Matthew, Christ told his disciples not to go into the Gentiles or any of the cities of the Samaritans. All right. So the Jews knew that, and they was like, well, where is he going to go that we can't find him? Is he going to go teach the dispersed, the children of Israel that are living amongst the Gentiles, is what this is talking about. That's what the dispersed is talking about. It's talking about those children of Israel that are not calling themselves Israelites anymore, that are calling themselves African American and Mexican and Islamic and Christian. All right, these people who are living amongst the other nations, taking on the other nations' philosophies and religions and all of that. All right, which was unheard of. We thought, realized that this is before Christ died and gave everyone a chance. We thought that once you went off, you were cut off from the people and didn't have a chance. But now we find out that that's what Christ came for, to redeem us back. Okay, so that's it on that. Let's get some more. We're going to go into Acts chapter 21. And we're going to start at verse 18. Acts chapter 21 and verse 18 reads, And the day following, Paul went in with us unto James, and all the elders were present. And when he had saluted them, he declared particularly what things the Most High had wrought among the Gentiles by his ministry. All right, so Paul is giving a report on what he's doing in this truth, all right, and in teaching the Gentiles, his ministry. Okay. Moving on, verse 20 says, And when they heard it, they glorified the Lord and said unto him, Thou seest, brother, how many thousands of Jews. All right, Paul is teaching thousands of Jews that are in this ministry. Okay, how many thousands of Jews there are which believe, and they are zealous of the law. And they are informed of thee that thou teachest all the Jews which are among the Gentiles to forsake Moses, saying that they ought not to circumcise their children, neither to walk after the customs. All right. So, what was Paul's ministry? To go and teach all the Jews that are amongst the Gentiles. That was his whole purpose. He wasn't going teaching other nations. He came to us, you know, if I could, that are in America, and taught us that we are not Americans. You're not African American. You're an Israelite. The same way Commander General YAHANNA did, and the 7 heads before him that taught brothers and sisters in this wicked kingdom who we are, and that we were Israelites of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, and not of this wicked kingdom that we happen to be living in. Okay? And that's all Paul was doing. That was Paul's ministry. And here at the ISUPK, that is our ministry. Alright? And that's what we're doing with these videos, with these tapes, coming out and letting brothers and sisters know who they are, and they have a chance to the kingdom and to the inheritance that was promised to our forefathers. Alright, so it should be clear in the scriptures, brothers and sisters, that the Gentiles is not talking about other nations. It's talking about you. Christ didn't want us going to the Gentiles. He wanted us going to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And if you fall under these signs of Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, the 12 tribes of the lost tribes of Israel, you were who Christ was sent for. You were who the 12 disciples were sent for. Alright? So let's come back to the knowledge of who we are. Send in your tithes and donations. Support this truth so that we can come into your city. Bring this truth to all the lost brothers and sisters all over the earth. Alright, we got free classes online every Tuesday through Friday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We also have classes in various cities. Here in South Florida, we've got classes at the Boynton Beach Library every Monday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Come out, find out the truth about who you are, brothers and sisters, and let's serve the Most High the way He intended for us to. Alright? And with that, I'd like to say, Shalom.
Yes, them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous trod in the countenance of the Almighty One. Them have the heart of demons. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil a move with Satan. Righteous walk in the countenance of the Almighty One. Poor people see hostility rising daily. Ignorant multiply brutality. I see that they run gone left mommy. Fi struggle the hard road with 5 beginning. Our I see baby having baby. Nothing that happen no do.